Anglers Extra.
Welcome back to the Anglers Extra.
Did they hear me say that? We're going to see fog tonight, folks. So watch the game. You're going to see Chatham fog at some point tonight. Might be after the game, but we're going to see fog.
That's interesting. That would be my first time actually seeing fog. Well, this is the manager's show, an interesting beginning to the manager's show.
Here, amateur meteorologist. It's going to fog tonight at some point.
Well, whenever I see you in the
tomorrow morning too.
Whenever I see you open the press box, it's to look at the meteorology or some radar.
Yeah, check the radar. Radar looks fine. Doesn't look like any storms are coming our way, but I think we're going to see some fog at some point.
If you can't tell from the beginning of the manager's show, despite the rough play of late shift, you seem to be in a good mood. I saw you pumping up Alex Chittenden earlier. Is that something you try to do?
Well, it's you don't want to go. One of my buddies says you can't play this game with a tight butt. You got to play this game loose. You got to play this game because you come back every day. And we've had a rough streak here, but we're still in every game. The kids are certainly trying. It's not like they're giving up and giving up their at bats. And they're, if they want to go home, they're certainly not making it overt. They're, and everybody wants to go home. It's that time of year. Everybody's tired. It's been a long grind for them since late January, whenever they started up. And but to their credit, I think that they're hanging in there. They get it. And we've been banged up, and we're going to have people to step up. And you can't be doing that if you're wound up, you're tight, you're not relaxed. So you got to keep it loose, and that's the way baseball is played. If you play it too tight, you're just not going to be successful at it. So there's got to be a little levity, and reality sets in sometimes too. So I'm trying to keep the guys up and keep them happy, and I think most of them are happy. I think they're enjoying their experience, and we mix in a few more wins, and things will be even better.
One unit that still continues to play well is the pitching. Another solid start from Ryan last night, but how about the bullpen? Tate Parrish and Jamie Schultz absolutely shut down Hyannis when they came in.
And we need to score more runs because they're doing a great job. They've done a really good job, and we need to repay them by getting some runs for them. And we have to execute better. We did not execute last night. We missed a couple bunts. We didn't do some things we need to do, especially when your power's gone. You got a power shortage, and so in that situation you need to execute. We got to play more National League than American League right now, and that means we have to execute. We got to get bunts down. We got to put the bunt to the right people, the right side of the field, and do little things like that to help us along.
Team needs to execute. Well, keeping on, Tate Parrish, a North Carolina pitcher, another North Carolina pitcher in the news recently because he's Matt Harvey going to be making his major league debut on Thursday. You coached against him in high school in Connecticut, and then he played for you for 2 years. Have you talked to Matt?
I've texted him a few times. We've gone back and forth, and it was really, I texted him right away when I heard. And, true to form, Matt was more appreciative that I took the time to text him. And, all the best to him. A great family. I coached against Eddie for 30 years, his dad, and it was always fun to go up against his teams. And then the 4 years that Matt was in high school was not fun because it was watching, you play them twice a year, and one time you'd see Matt Harvey, the other time you'd see Jesse Hahn, and that was a lot of fun. Really, really enjoyable watching that stuff. So, but I can't say enough good things about Matt. A really, really nice young man. We got really, we got friendly, obviously because of my relationship with his dad, and he's come out fishing on the summer catch a few times. When he's had some time off, he'll come to the Cape and visit, and that's special. So, wish him the best. And I'm a big Mets fan now. It's tough to say, but I'm a big Mets fan right now.
You heard it here first. John Schiffner pulling for the Mets. Well, I guess
on Thursday when he pitches, that's it.
Okay. Well, it must have been a little bit easier watching him pitch when it was 08-09 in the summer and he was with you.
He was outstanding. His second summer, he was unbelievable for us. And, I think it really helped him to get prepared for what he's doing right now, and then going down to Carolina and, having such great seasons there. So we couldn't be happier for him. And he left a mark here in Chatham. He was a good kid. He was always accessible, and, he could have big league people. He's a Scott Boras kid and the whole bit. And he wasn't. He was just a kid. He was just a 19, 20-year-old kid who enjoyed his experience on Cape Cod. And, in fact, the summer he was negotiating, he spent most of the time here and a lot of times on my boat or on my deck. So it was a lot of fun.
Matt Harvey, kind of a way to remember that this league is about a little bit more than just the season. Even though things are going badly, what you try to do is prepare these guys for the next level. Matt Harvey, one of a number of anglers who've made their MLB debuts this season.
Well, it's exciting to see. And, that's what I think is lost in this a lot of times is that, people measure too much by the wins and losses, and especially losses, and you don't measure what this does for these guys. They're not all going to win when they get to pro baseball. They're going to lose, and they might go back to to school and lose. And, you know, it's also preparing them for the level of competition. And to some of these guys who may not move high up in the pros, this might be the best team and the best league they'll ever play in. And that's, you know, they have to perform. They have to understand that and put it in perspective and use that, you know, learning to handle adversity is extremely important in a person's life. You know, once baseball's over, you know, some of these guys are going to have to go and work. You know, some may not just get a great job in pro ball or make enough money where they live off their investments. They're going to have to work, and they're going to have to go through, you know, the stuff that we all go through, you know, paying the mortgage and having taxes taken out and all those things, and raising a family and keeping your job. So, you know, learning how to handle adversity on the field is going to help them later in life.
Another tough opponent tonight taking on the Orleans Firebirds. We'll keep an eye out for the fog. Thanks a lot for the time, Schiff.
Great. Thank you, Brandon.
That was the Manager's Show on the Anglers Extra pregame show, which rolls on. We send it back to Chris Fitzgerald.